We are going to be taking your soap making business from its beginner stages to expanding it into the next steps of your business that could make you thousands more per month. Hello, soap makers. Welcome to tonight's webinar. Now, if you found this page, you are a soap maker and you're working on launching your small business. I'm Jennifer, the creator of the Thermal Mermaid soap making course at the Cottage DIY website, where I host a crafters community of over 3,000 members. Tonight, we're going to discuss and solve a problem for some of you who are trying to grow your soap making business. Now, if you're familiar with the Thermal Mermaid soap making course, then you already know that its main focus has always been teaching the beginning skills of soap making from scratch and then covering the basics of getting a small business established. Now, many people do all the work to get all of that under their belt, and then they hit a wall when it comes to going out and selling their work. And then they struggle with turning that infant business into something that will bring them a profit and continue to grow it from there. Tonight in this webinar, I'm going to hand you an opportunity to make all the teeth fit into the gear so that you can get past any beginner plateau and take any soap making business that's floundering and you can help get over that hump. Now, I'm going to go into great detail tonight to talk to you about how you can expand your small business and shore it up from the comfort of your own home so that it becomes more resilient to beginner mistakes and to bouts of hard times, and you can keep your business going when things just aren't running very smoothly. Now, keep in mind, this is just one of many paths that you can take to grow your business, but what I'm going to show you is completely beginner friendly, and with the right kind of focus and attention, just about anyone can be successful doing this. Now, I do have an entire series of training videos that will take you step by step on how to use this framework that I've designed. So if you do want to skip straight to the meat and potatoes and begin training, then you can sign up directly on this page and you can start implementing my system immediately. But for everyone else who wants to learn a little bit more first, we're going to talk about the problems that small soap making businesses face and how that can become a struggle in this modern, ever-changing, ever-chaotic real-world environment. What I'm talking about are the problems that will put you out of business before you even ever get the satisfaction of making a profit. And we're going to open up some pathways in this video that will put an end to that so that you're free to stay in business as long as it pleases you. Now, I've been building my own businesses for decades. I started my first retail store that was both online and a real physical store location over 20 years ago. And I want to talk to you about one of the very first reality slaps that hit me that I did not expect. And that is absolutely how unsupportive the world was when I was trying to start a business from scratch. Now, when you're out there growing your business, you're going to end up hearing two pieces of contradictory advice that you'll hear over and over again. And usually they come from people who have already run successful businesses. And if this advice isn't implemented correctly, then you end up hitting a dead end and your business will plateau and it'll never get past a certain stage. And those two pieces of advice are, first, you need to focus on just one thing. Pick one business and work on just that and discipline yourself and keep yourself from chasing every shiny object before you turn into a puppy chasing its own tail. And number two, do a little bit of everything and don't get stuck in only one income in case it dries up. Now, these are both two pieces of great advice. They're both correct, and yet they both completely contradict each other. So which is it? Which one is more correct? Well, you're going to make both of these pieces of advice more powerful when you learn how to make them work together. In your case, you are focused on a handmade soap and cosmetic business. And maybe you're focused on selling your craft just on Etsy, and you're dedicated to building out your Etsy store and perfect your brand. That kind of focus is exactly what you need to get your business born and established. But instead of just hoping for sales to drop into your lap on Etsy, you're going to branch out and you're going to sell at your local farmer's market. And in the summer, you might even dress up in costume and go sell at your local Renaissance fair. Now, you're branching out your revenue streams and you're going to cross-link those streams. So you can use Etsy to tell your customers where you're going to be in real life, while at the same time, you can have ads and flyers posted at your farmer's market table telling people where to buy from you on your Etsy store. And once you do that, you can even start exploring other platforms. You can live stream on Facebook, TikTok, maybe on YouTube, and then you can chat with those people while you fill out your orders. And this can bring in more awareness to your brand and build more sales. All of these things can create multiple streams of income while you're still focused on one business. And this is how you make those two very contradictory concepts come together and make your business a little bit more powerful. Now, if you've been doing this for a little while, you probably already know this, and you might have some ideas stewing up on how you can make this work. But at the end of the day, your business makes only the amount of money that its products can sell. And with all the work that you're already doing to have a presence both in the real world and selling to your customers face-to-face and to establish an online presence, you're leaving money on the table. There are additional ways that you can take the work that you're already doing, everything that you've already completed, and you can turn that into yet another stream of revenue that will in turn give you more branding exposure and possibly even create more sales for you, but it will also bring in an additional stream of revenue even if your sales are slow. Now, if you are already established having an online presence, then you're already working very hard on your photography. Maybe you're putting in a little bit of video effort. You're editing your photos so that you can present your work in a way that will make people want to buy your product. And when you start to build a following of people who are appreciating your work, there are two types of people watching you. There are those who want to buy from you, and they love watching that thing being made. And then there are those who are watching you make your products because they want to make that product and they're trying to learn to see how you do it. Now, up until this point, you're only turning one of those types of people into your customer. You can just as easily turn both of those types of people into your customer. The way that you're going to do this is to turn the time that you spend making your product into a how-to tutorial. And the easiest way to do this is to establish any social media profile. The most familiar is probably YouTube, but it can be any platform. And you're going to give viewers the information that they're looking for when they want to make your product. And you're going to wrap that up in a nice package and offer it under a subscription service. Now, you'll make 2 videos for your product. The video that you put into your social media platform will be an entertaining short piece that lets people watch you make the product. And in that video, you're going to tell people that if they want to learn the details or if they want to have the recipe, then they're going to have to join the subscription to access the extra information. So the way that you can repackage all of the work that you do when you are creating your product is to build a mini course or a standalone tutorial. Now, there are many ways that you can do this, and I've created what I believe is the best and the most profitable version for a soap maker to build extra income from a tutorial. But I am going to encourage you to look at all the other ways that you can see for yourself what works best for you. Now, we're going to compare other course programs in just a minute, and I'm going to tell you why I think that this one is going to end up being the best platform for a soap maker. Now, remember, everything that I put out into the world is carried with the idea that it's going to make your business stronger and with the easiest access for you to do that. So I've built what I think is the most beneficial way for a soap maker to create a mini course or a tutorial and get the most profit and have the least amount of maintenance. Now, this is not the least work. There's no such thing as cutting corners. It's just the least maintenance so that you can maximize the return of your effort, and then you can stay focused on building your soap and cosmetic business without having to become a full-blown webmaster or a movie producer. Now, inside the Cottage DIY website, I've built an author content portal where you can upload your tutorial, and this will create pages that are just like my course and recipe pages. And then you can receive all of the profit from any member who signs up when you've sent them to watch your content. Now, you do have to be a regular member to participate in this, and if you're already a regular member, then you can access your author status immediately. There's nothing that you have to do. There's no upsell. You don't have to do anything extra to participate in this. A regular standard membership gives you access to this project. Now, the current membership is set as of today to $12.99 a month. And that is the same membership that will access the entire crafters community and all of the other features included that are outside of just this one project that we're talking about today. So the crafters community is chock full of features, and it includes so many different types of DIY projects, and it's actually in the process of expanding and building out as we speak. So this is a large community website that already has 3,000 standing members and has many, many features to help you create your projects. It includes a label creator, and it includes community forums and tons of tutorials, things that are already very robust and well built out. It also includes projects and games and contests and things like that. So this is not just a place for you to host a course. It's just one more option for people that come together to look for specifically the thing that you're creating. So there's a lot to do inside the crafters community, but we're just focusing on the author content portal if you want to utilize this extra project to create a more robust income stream for your business, the thing that you're working on at home. So how do you use the author portal? Okay, this part is easy. Let's take a look at it so that you know how to plan your content. In order to become an author, you have to let me know so that you want to join the program. To do this, you must be logged into your account, and then you come up to the top menu where it says Essential Tools. The drop-down menu will show an option that says Partner and Author Program. Now this will only show if you're logged into your account. If you come up to this menu and you're not logged in, you won't see this link. And this link is going to guide you to apply to become an author. Follow the link and fill out the application. Toward the bottom of the application, there's a question that asks if you want to become a referring partner or if you want to become a content author. Type in author if you intend to create content and tell us that you're a soap and cosmetic maker. Now this question is asked because in the coming new year, new courses are being built that will be added to the soap making course, and authors will be able to create different types of content if that's what they want to do. Now once you submit this, it could take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for your application to be activated. And once it's activated, you'll then have access to your partner and author dashboard. Now this is the very same link, and this page reports your income and lets you update all of your payment details. Now, once your author status is activated, a new link will appear underneath the partner and author link. And this link says, Submit a Course Tutorial. On this page, you have everything that you need to create your tutorial. And don't worry if you don't know how to do this. Once you're ready, we have a full training video on how to build your content and get it up online. So I can take you step by step on how to build the tutorial and maximize all of the space on the page that's built just for you. Now, once your tutorial is submitted, the information is reviewed and your page is crafted, and then you instantly become a content author. So let's take a sneak peek at what your tutorial page looks like. First, and the most obvious, is your tutorial, and this takes up most of the page, but I want to direct your attention over here to this left column. And this column is dedicated to providing author information. Here we have an author box, and an author box is a link directly to your profile page. Every member at Cottage DIY has a social media profile page that they're completely in control of. You can display all of your contact information. You can post links to self-promote any of your other sites. You can even continue to upload images and even videos on that page. You can also message members and check notifications and possibly friend requests. So this is a very interactive section of the website that you can use to your own discretion and be as active as you want to be. You can also choose to have a forum thread created if you want a place for your viewers to ask questions about your tutorial and engage with them. And you can submit any downloadable or printable material that you want your viewer to be able to print out to go along with your tutorial. These things are all optional, and you can make this tutorial as robust or as simple as you want it to be. Now, getting people to sign up to your content is not difficult. On your partner and author dashboard, you will have a link generated. That is the link that you give people to click on to get credit for the membership. This link is very specific to your account. Each monthly membership is $12.99, and the profit from each membership is $9, and you receive 100% of that profit. The other $4 for each membership goes to the cost of traffic and running the website itself. Now, this membership fee is reoccurring, so as long as a member is signed up, you continue to receive that every single month until they end their membership. Now, this is very different from other websites where they pay you one time for a sign up and then you just have to keep finding new members. With our course, you receive that reoccurring membership every single month until the member ends their subscription. And the idea is that these build up over time so that it creates a supplementary income that you can use parallel to your soap making business. Now, the link that you receive, that is set for 30 days. So if any person clicks on your link and then for any reason they come back at a later time by any way, by any means, they just type in the address in the URL, but they don't use your link again, if it's within that 30-day window, you still get credit for that membership. So you can see that if you promote your soap business on any social media platform, or if you have a YouTube channel, it's just as simple as leaving your author link. And then this gives you a way to market to the people who are already watching you so that they can try to learn how to do what it is that you're doing. So how is this different from putting my tutorials over on Skillshare or Patreon or even on my own website? Well, I'm glad you asked, because when I built this feature, this is exactly what I had in mind. How do I take these multi-million-dollar websites and make them better for the person who's actually doing the work? And that's you. So I started building this feature when someone was describing to me how they made their money on Skillshare. They uploaded their tutorial, and the entire Skillshare community has access to their material, which I think is a really good thing. And then the author is paid about 5 cents for every minute that gets watched of their video. So if you create an hour-long tutorial and someone watches it all the way through, then you've earned about $3. Now, according to online reviews, the average pay is about $40 a month, and that could be more if one particular class becomes really popular. Now, just recently, within the last few months, Skillshare has made some changes to their platform, and the course authors report that they've taken a 60 to 70% loss in their income. And the way that their payments are calculated has become confusing to them, and this has led to a lot of frustration for course authors. So I want to create an opportunity for people to maintain the integrity of their income without any confusion. Now, Skillshare does allow for everyone who signed up to watch your content. So every person who's a member in that community of Skillshare can watch all of the videos and all of the tutorials that are put up. And I actually think that's a terrific way to set up this platform. Now that means that you aren't going to be limited to only the viewership from the people that you only referred. It means that there are more opportunities to be found for your tutorial to be watched. But Skillshare doesn't like letting people off their site. They try to keep everyone on the site. With the Cottage DIY pages, you have plenty of opportunity to have the viewers who appreciate you find you on other platforms. So if people who already consume soap and cosmetic videos happen to discover that you have a YouTube channel, this gives you a chance to funnel your viewers both ways and build out your other social media platforms. Now, you have to understand, when a website works to make sure that you stay on their site, this makes perfect sense, because what they're doing is they're recycling their commodity, and they're making it so that person will always stay with them to generate more and more revenue in the future. But understand that the goal in my platform, that is not the same goal as these big platforms have. I'm not building something that has the intention to compete with Skillshare or any of these other course platform websites, because my end goal in my program is different. I'm not trying to build a multi-million-dollar company. I'm building a tool. And in the process of building that tool, we're experimenting on how to maximize the tool to support and help supplement your small business to bring that into a more robust fruition. Now, as a side note, you might say, Jennifer, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just copy all the big websites who've already mastered all the techniques to make more money for themselves? And the answer to that is that I have very strong feelings about what I have witnessed over the last few years in the way small businesses have been treated and almost obliterated and destroyed in my region, in my area, and really in the country overall. I have a personal belief that this is intentional, and the first time that I saw this in front of my eyes began happening in 2011, so this is not recent, and I will save that topic for another day because we could go down a whole nother rabbit hole with that. But the point is that what I consider to be a success is whether I can help make any small businesses thrive as much as possible, and that means that you have to be the one that makes money in order for this to work. So with this program, we want to create flow and freedom. So now, how would this be different from Patreon or from maybe the new YouTube member program? Now, you might be most familiar with Patreon since it's been out for a while. And with Patreon, you can upload your own courses for sure, and you can do the exact same thing that I'm showing you here. And I do believe that Patreon will give you a higher percentage of the overall membership fee. I don't know what they charge now, but the last time I looked, they took about 12%, and this is a very fair platform. You can also set your own membership fees based on how you want to set them. I don't know if they have fixed tiered settings or if you can put that number in yourself. You'd have to go look that up. But Patreon is set up a little bit differently. It's kind of like a closet. You can guide people over there to sign up to become a monthly member. But once you get there, then they're stuck in the closet. And you have to keep filling the closet with content for every month if you want them to stay in the closet. Now, if you don't want to do this work every single day, you might begin to lose your members after a little while. With Cottage DIY, you can upload your course and you can bring your customer to watch your content. But if you don't want to be grinding out recipes and tutorials every single month, then the person who signed up to watch your soap or cosmetic tutorials still has hundreds of hours of exactly the content that they were looking for, and they're more likely to stay a member, which is monthly money in your pocket. Their reoccurring membership fee still goes to you, even if they're watching all of the other content. And you don't have to continue to make tutorial building your full-blown job if you don't want to, and you don't have to be consistently posting every day, and that frees you up to focus on the main part of the business that you want to do, which is creating your soaps so that you can go sell them at retail stores or at markets or whatever it is that you're trying to expand on the thing that you're doing right now. Now, the YouTube paid membership is similar. They sign up, but you only have access to the content that you create, and if it's not enough for them, they may end up going away. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the strongest parts of these online course tutorial programs and I'm front loading it to the benefit of the course author. So when you post your tutorial, all the members in the community have access to you so that you can be found and you can be watched by people who are already looking for what it is that you do. And you make the profit off every single month for all the members that use your link. So if you're ready to sign up right now, all of the training that you can use to get you started is going to be found in Lesson 9 directly in the Soapmaker dashboard. This is all laser-focused material on building your business by publishing tutorials. Now, once you've become a member, everything that we've just discussed is accessible to you. Now, what happens if you sign up and you change your mind? Maybe you have a fleeting feeling that you want to try it, but then you realize that it's not the right time. Well, it doesn't matter why you sign up to Cottage DIY. It could be to become a course author, or it could be for any of the other many features that we have to offer that include joining a soap making community. No matter what type of membership you have, you always have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you don't have to have a reason, and you don't have to have any sort of approval. You can just sign up and you can change your mind, and you can ask for your money back if it's within a 30-day window of being charged. So you have plenty of time to check out the program and get your feet wet, and you can back out anytime you want. Now, another common question is, what kind of hoops do I have to jump through to cancel, and what do you charge me for that? There are no hoops. This isn't a contract that keeps you tied up in any way. If you want to cancel, that's it. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need any approval. You don't have to wait to cancel. There's no fine print anywhere. There's just a cancel button directly on the inside of your dashboard, and you can control that anytime you want to. So there's literally no risk to signing up and checking out if you want to use this program to start supplementing your income for your soap making or your bath cosmetic business. Now remember, the training to get started is in Lesson 9, and in just a few hours, you can be adding a whole new income stream to the small business that you're already working on. Sign up just below this webinar, and we will see you inside.